Let's look at the 3 trips that changed our lives forever.
Hi, we are Steffi, Torsten, Charlie, Tony, and Jona.
And up until a while ago, we had a typical, well-situated, middle-class, ordinary life.
We had a house with a beautiful garden.
Yeah, all-inclusive holidays in beautiful resorts on the Red Sea. Little bit of adrenaline with the typical touristy stuff every now and then.
Komm her, kannst hier gucken. Ja, die Mama.
We enjoyed riding our bikes. Once a year we are celebrating Carnival, like you can only do it in Cologne.
Yes, that's true. If you really want to party hard, you have to come to Cologne for Carnival, and you will never ever talk about Carnival in Brazil anymore.
But we asked ourselves, is that enough for us?
Yeah, do we want to live like this for the next 20, 30 years? Or is there anything else, maybe more?
So we thought about how we can increase that adventure level in our family a little bit.
Create a test, basically, right? That's what we thought about, and see how adventurous our kids are.
So we decided to check out a totally different culture and look how they handle different tastes, different smell, animals.
So we took our 3 kids on a 16-hour flight around the world and traveled to Southeast Asia.
It was amazing to see how fast they made friends, even without speaking a common language.
Snick, snack, snook. Nochmal!
Also the toys they had there. Sometimes I was not even sure if I was the one having the best time.
How curious they were exploring local traditions, local food or local animals.
Well, especially the animals. I think they really enjoy the animal encounters.
Oh ja, ein Baby-Elephant.
We did well on boats that brought us to remote islands, urban environments, finding our way home.
Do you remember that one time where we were walking at the railroads? That was kind of crazy.
Or on their first tuk-tuk rides.
Yes, when Jona tried to grab the handle because he didn't feel safe with the tuk-tuk rider. I did myself, but it was so funny to see a 2-year-old by that time grabbing the handle. But after all, this was an amazing trip that we will never forget, and that showed us that our kids are not just able to cope with foreign environments, they really loved it. They even thrived when they were out exploring, and it was really beautiful to see.
So on our flight back home, the question came up why we do only have that during holidays.
So we thought, let's buy an old fire truck that had already been converted to a camper and make some upgrades to have our own adventure mobile.
Unfortunately, it was all red and moldy behind the furniture.
Little did we know how much blood, sweat and tears we had to put into it to get it to a point where we could start our first journey with a good feeling. But anyway, at some point you have to jump and fly out of the nest, so we decided to take a
Road trip to
Scandinavia. And we're going to take you with us on this adventure that was the next step to completely changing our perception of the life we lived so far.
First, we went to the beaches of Denmark, where at some points we were the only ones on the whole beach. We enjoyed the sun, the nature, recharging our batteries after the long camper build.
And of course, everybody wanted to drive the truck.
Especially Jona.
Yeah, whenever we did not look after him for more than a minute, he was sitting on the driver's seat, pushing all the buttons and steering the truck.
And then by coincidence, we met two exact old fire trucks.
Spent the whole day together, and when the flood came, even we were rescuing some other campers, which was so much fun for the kids, helping them out.
Those days were amazing. Driving the truck through the sand and living on the beach for a while was just a dream.
Being outside, spending so much time with the kids, no internet. I don't even remember how did we survive without fast internet for so long.
And of course, if you are in Denmark, you have to go to Lego House.
It's a huge interactive Lego museum with a cantina where Lego robots serve your food. I really loved it. And if you're ever in Denmark, forget about the Legoland amusement park. You have to check out Lego House.
Then of course we had to go to Sweden. In Göteborg we explored the city and the harbor by boat.
Like in Amsterdam, the Grachten, they're
Yeah.
like these going through these canals. That was
Yeah.
kind of similar.
We also loved the remote lakes we were standing at.
Yeah, that's what I was dreaming of when I thought about our trip. In that setting, I never thought about any problems, work, or anything. I was just in the moment together with the family.
Even one time we just asked if we can stand at a farm.
And you were the one brave enough to ask. And we had a wonderful night with that family. And then my unexpected highlight, an amusement park unlike any other, Astrid Lindgren's World.
Home of Pippi, Holger, Ronja.
Yeah, it's a park where the wonderful stories from Pippi Longstockings, Ronja's robber's daughter, or Emil come to life.
They have these open air theaters that you can actually play in when there's no show.
Yeah, these musical-like shows are absolutely spectacular.
We even decided to stay longer because the girls, they loved it so much.
Yeah, especially that you could interact with the actors after the plays. Amazing. So this whole experience made us think.
Do we really want to get back to our old life?
And a couple of weeks later, I went to a conference in Las Vegas. We met with some friends there from all over the world. And we took a trip to Valley of Fire State Park. And while I was trying to film a message for my kids, I realized they need to see this for themselves. Why shall we do little trips back home if we could experience something like this together? There on this rock at that moment, I think I even called you, right? We did a video call. The decision we had to make was to make an even larger experiment than Southeast Asia. And we decided,
Let's make an epic overlanding trip.
and then back home discussing with you, became clear that we can't do this in our fire truck. We needed something bigger for the kids, more space, something more luxurious for us, maybe something more reliable. And then we started the long search for a truck that could take us around the world. And if you want to know how that went, click the subscribe button so you don't miss that.
We'll see you there.